Hello everyone, I'm Suzanne Boyd and we welcome Jeremy Falendysz, the Director of UHY Corporate Finance to M&A TV. Hi Jeremy.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks for joining us. How'd your session go this morning?
It was really good. It's election day, so a lot of information will be flowing throughout the day, but it's a great event, well attended, and yeah, it's been great connecting with people in the community.
Talk to me about M&A activity this year and also going into 2019. What are you seeing? What are your concerns, your challenges?
Yeah, I think overall activity, the first half of the year we were back at record levels again, so I think everyone's familiar with there's a lot of capital in the marketplace today, so I think that's still going to be the case. I think that we've seen a little bit of volatility around interest rates, and more than causing an issue for activity overall, I think as we tick up higher rates or other catalysts develop, it's going to be a bit of a pause, and let's see if we're going to absorb this and then kind of move forward. So I don't see much of a slowdown. I do think that from a valuation perspective, we probably have reached what I believe to be kind of at least a peak. So I don't know if valuations are necessarily going off the cliff from here, but I do think that increasing valuations year after year is probably a thing of the past. And I think the way that buyers of companies, for instance, in the M&A world are approaching this is they're looking for areas for which they've got a bit of an angle. They can get a bit more creative. They can feel more comfortable stretching in value in certain areas, but I think the lifting of all the boats, that probably is a little bit behind us. I think it's a little bit more digging in on specific industries or business types.
Let's talk about some of the key integration issues, specifically post-merger.
Yeah, I think as it relates to post-merger integration, I think what we always hear from professionals is you can never start that process too early. I think a little bit of a different angle, being a deal guy, representing sellers of businesses, I've actually seen as part of the process around the time of submitting an LOI, for instance, a real way to differentiate yourself as a buyer. And pause there for a second. A lot of buyers are looking for ways to differentiate themselves. And in the past, in the last several years, the best and only way to do that a lot of times is on valuation. So nobody likes to compete just on price. And so one dynamic that I've seen be very successful from a buyer standpoint is, through the process as you're learning and you're hearing from the management team, understanding where they see growth in the business or ways to enhance margins, geographical expansion, whatever that looks like as a potential buyer, when you're submitting your LOI, your letter of intent in terms of the deal terms in which you're willing to move forward, I've started to see more people sending a draft of their PMI to the management team, and what that does is it really differentiates the new buyer as, yeah, these guys really understand us. They were paying attention to
they want to work with us.
We were focused on,
right.
And all of a sudden you don't have to be the highest value to win, and you can be the preferred buyer. And so I've seen that play out in a number of cases, and I've seen it a little bit more. Probably not as much as I think could be out there. So I think that's a good strategy for people to employ as they're doing that work anyway in a process.
All right, Jeremy, thank you so much. Anything else you want to add that you think I missed?
No, I don't think so. Okay. That's great.
It was great to meet you.
Likewise.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.